You need a win, who need a win? That's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. Stiff on, spin move, in zone, scope for sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Stiff on, spin move, in zone, scope for sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Stop your running. Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic. Good.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call.
48-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nyheim Hines with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch a signal for and take it.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Jets will take over first and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down now, it's Hines. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Hines. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
The tackle made.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold. Able to connect with Mims. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jets 7, Dolphins nothing.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead.
The extra point.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Setting up the screen for Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Tua gets this one into the hands of Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Tua now on first down. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
It's a gain of
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Tua again. This is Howard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And it's caught by Parker. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Jets have recovered. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did. And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. He's got this one completed to Mims. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And at the 32-yard line.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, Darnold. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
4 yards. That's another Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On 1st down, Hines. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on. Mike.
This is Hines. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Young lady. Check. 59. Right here. 59 mark. Check.
Darnold from the gun. He'll air this one out for Mims. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Let's get there. 47 to Mike, boy. 47. Check.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, Tua. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Formation for the Dolphins.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
The pass on the fake punt. Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mike's 4-2. Lady. Mike 42. Check. Mike 47.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
57 to mark. 57 to mark. Hey, I'm coming.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Man open left side. It's Williams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first.
57 to mine. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. That's 57. 57 to mine. I got one.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard, and he's got room. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This is Miller. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
I can't believe they even let you play. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. I'm here all day.
From the gun, it's Tua. Brought in over the middle by Grant. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go. 60 red. 60 red.
57.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Touchdown,
Jordan Howard. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Dolphins 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Returnable for Dorsett. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again.
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
At the 38-yard line.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Check 42's the mic. Check 42's the mic.
Here's Hines on the toss play. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Be a long day for you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Darnold on 3rd down. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nyheim Hines, 55 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
Rosas lining up.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. 2 now on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. That'll bring up 2nd down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And the Dolphin 1st down.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To a hit, and the ball is out. And the Jets have recovered. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. Crowder's got it over the middle. And a loose football, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua setting up the screen for Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that will be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And this is caught at the 8. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. And they'll give Miller another crack. And this time he is in. Lamar Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll try and run it in with Miller. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Mike 42, Mike 42. I got one. Mike 42, Mike 42. Know your job. Mike 42, Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Here we go, D.
Faking the give, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. but they never did.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go. Mike, check.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Yeah, let's get a sack.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Big hole to the 30. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st down, Dolphins.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Past the 20, and now off to the races down the right side, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nyheim Hines, 50 yards, and the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown.
Aldrich Rosas lining up for the...
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Tua now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Tua. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards the pickup there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 3 from the 9. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The quick slant caught. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On 1st down, it's Hines. 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Naeem Hines, 43 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
And it's 3rd.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.